Beware of spoilers, and please subscribe to my channel if you like this video. I never really thought that Miss Minutes would have erotic desires regarding He Who Remains. I just had this image of her as being an all-around helper for him, as some sort of ChatGPT with access to all of time and every point in the universe. However, we find out at the end of the episode that she's a twisted character with sinister intentions and tactics. But let's make a quick recap. This episode starts with Ravonna Renslayer meeting Miss Minutes in Chicago during 1868. And even though Renslayer doesn't really understand why they're meeting at that particular point in time, it is later revealed that she must deliver the TVA's official handbook to Victor Timely, a variant of He Who Remains, while he is still a little kid. In the meantime, Obi, Mobius, and Loki are dealing with the fact that their time loom isn't as wide and powerful to process the new time branches. They conclude that they need Miss Minutes in the absence of He Who Remains' temporal aura, and then they're able to track Renslayer's time pad to Chicago in 1868. But Loki and Mobius can't find either of them, so they go to the second point in time that registered activity from that time pad, Chicago, but in 1893. Here, they find Victor Timely, who is portrayed as an inventor/charlatan who tries to take advantage of people's ignorance. Certainly not a close profile to that of He Who Remains. At this point, Loki and Mobius find Ravonna and Miss Minutes. However, they focus on protecting Victor from Sylvie, who has tracked them down. After Loki and Sylvie fight for a bit, Victor is able to exit the scene with help from Ravonna and Miss Minutes, and I believe that until this point, this episode was quite ordinary, because then we have a couple of scenes in which you can see the relationship between these three characters unfold in a complicated way. First, Ravonna seems to be getting closer emotionally to Victor, but Miss Minutes is able to manipulate him, so he ditches her. After a while, we learn that Miss Minutes was jealous of Ravonna because she always wanted a body to become He Who Remains' girlfriend. Then, Ravonna, Loki, Mobius, and Sylvie show up, and Sylvie agrees to let Victor go so they can use his temporal aura to fix the time loom. However, Sylvie takes Ravonna to the end of time so she can see the corpse of He Who Remains. Once she's there, Miss Minutes appears, and they form a strange alliance against Victor Timely because they feel he betrayed them. And this is why I think Miss Minutes is one of the worst forms of artificial intelligence we've seen so far in the MCU. Aside, of course, Ultron. She kinda reminds me of Alicia Vikander's character in Ex Machina. I know it's not the same, but it's a similar vibe. I think the second half of this episode was much more interesting than the first, because it added some really twisted characteristics to some psychological profiles. However, it wasn't quite clear to me why they needed Victor to repair the time loom, because they mentioned that he is a variant of He Who Remains. But if that's the case and everyone is trying to get this one, why not just look for another one? It could have been simpler. Or maybe they just wanted to stop Ravonna and Miss Minutes from taking Victor with them. I don't know. But I give this episode an 8 out of 10. It was great for character development, but the first half was kinda mid. But what do you think? Do you give it a higher or lower score? Comment below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and for now, I'm out.